Hello, kitties! I got my Scala G9x on here. Birthday present from the wife. Very nice indeed. Although, when I'm talking to you guys, it decides that I should give it some form of command. I'm sure there's a way to disable that, but for now, I'm just gonna have to put up with the odd bleeping and blooping in my ear. So right away, I'm noticing some additional wind noise in my helmet, thanks to me messing around with my padding, trying to get this Scala situated. But I did a little test before I jumped on the bike, and it works pretty good. Scala G9x. Didn't give my wife any direction on this. This was a complete surprise to me. The quality is pretty amazing. Like the call quality. The wife called me and it sounded great. And she said it sounded fantastic on her end. She didn't even know I was on my bike, which is pretty amazing. So far, 2 thumbs up. And apparently you can link up to 8 other riders in group intercom mode. What I don't like is having this additional mic. I don't like a bunch of stuff and right by where my breather hole is on my face. I know there's another mic kind of pasted right up against the inside of your helmet. So I'm gonna have to try that. This big boom mic thingy, not digging where it's sitting on my face. That's gonna get in the way of my vlogging, man. Man, I wish this guy would stop cock blocking me here. Kind of have to get somewhere. Gonna force me to do some line splitting. Me amigo. See if he gets the picture here. More traffic. Come on, Caja. It's the bonus of being on a bike. You can do shit like this. I don't want to be taken out by the guys trying to get into the turning lane. Oh no. Oh no, lady, come on. This bridge they're putting in here is really causing a big kerfuffle. How many times have you used that word this year, eh? Kerfuffle. It's creating a big kerfuffle. There we go. All fueled up. Now we can go for a leisurely cruise. So I did a little more research. There's an app for it, of course. It's called Smart Set. If you got one of these things, you need one of those apps. You need that app. It's pretty convenient. There's a whole bunch of features. But before I get to that, I'll tell you, it's not as straightforward as just pairing it with your phone via Bluetooth. There's all sorts of interesting things that you need to do. So, first thing you're probably going to need to do is you're going to need to upgrade the software on the Scala unit itself. And to do that, you need to go to the Cardo community site, sign up, register, and once you've done that, Then you can download the update software. You download that, create a buddy name, whatever the hell that is. I guess it's the name they attribute to your user ID in the system. Like a birdie. And once you've done all that, then you can download the update software and you run it. And you connect your Scala unit to your laptop or whatever with a USB cable, and it updates the software on the Scala unit for you. So once you got, I think it's version 1.5 or higher, then you can connect to the app. And once you're connected to the app, life becomes much easier. There's an FM tuner built into that thing, and a whole bunch of phone features. You can turn the voice command sensitivity up or down. Mine was pretty high, so I turned it way down because I don't like using the voice command features that much. I think it'd be more valuable if I was in group rides. So there's intercom up to 8, I guess, endpoints, other riders. And you can manage that via the community thing as well. And which is pretty cool. So I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details, but I will tell you that it's not as straightforward as it should be. I'm a pretty technical guy, and I can see that some people might struggle with the complexity of this thing. But that being said, the functionality is pretty awesome, and yeah, so there's an FM tuner that you can program, I think it's six stations into. And then there's this automatic tuning capability. And the automatic tuning capability, I think, is a bit buggy because I programmed all my stations in there. I saved it and said saved successfully. And then I used auto tune, where you hit this button and it pre-programs all the stations that have the strongest signal strength. So that's cool. Did that, and then I tried to manually program a couple of stations because I didn't like the stations that this auto tune thing automatically selected for me. And when I tried to use the button on the side of the helmet on the Scala unit that advances the station, it wiped out the stations that I'd manually put in there. So I thought maybe I gotta turn off auto station tune thing, and so that it doesn't do that automatically anymore. And so I did that, turned it off, went back in, manually programmed the stations again, and when I advanced this, it did it again. It wiped it out again. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm not overly impressed with the software. I'm not a big fan of radio to begin with. I mean, it's jam-packed full advertising and not really into that. So I was kind of expecting that this thing, for the price that my wife paid for it, would have way more connectivity options. I like using Spotify for my music. I have it hooked up to my stereo at home, and I have it hooked up, it's in my car, and I like using it. So I was really disappointed to hear that I couldn't connect to Spotify using this Scala unit. I was like, what? Okay, that's weird. Kind of bummed out about that, but that's okay. I'll rig it up when I get my phone cradle mount for my bike. I think I'm gonna put it right here, right in the center, on the bars. When I get that all loaded up, I will have a USB charger that I'll wire up. So you're kind of relegated to listening to radio, which I'm not super excited about. Volume up and down, which is right on the top, which is easily accessible. The mute button, which is the volume up and down pressed simultaneously, which is fine. And what else? It doesn't look horrible. It looks pretty nice. I haven't used any of the intercom features like I mentioned before, so I'm not sure if those, if that's going to be problematic or not. I guess we'll find out. North Vancouver is so beautiful. All of the trees and the fresh air. It's quite nice. Catch up with you guys on the next run. Hope you guys are having a great spring. Motophonic signing off. Take care, guys.